hello again, family and friends. This is Hadasha Shulamite. Today is Friday. Today is, well, the second to the last day of the week. And this is the day when we prepare for God's holy day, for the Sabbath day. And for those of you who understand what I'm talking about, hope you have a happy Sabbath tomorrow. Hope you have a pleasant, wonderful study. Or if you congregate or you study at home, whatever you do, I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, please remember to like, share, and subscribe these videos. We are coming to the end of the year, and so many things are happening. Some good and some not so good. But you know what? We are going to stay focused. We are going to continue to trust God, and we're going to continue to do what's right so that we can live by Him and through Him. Because without Him, there is no life. Because before Him or without Him, there was no life. Okay? Now, today I want to talk about all kinds of stuff. And I know that some of you probably tired of hearing the same rhetoric. But you know what? If something persists, then it's there in your face all the time. And so, it's there. We think about it, we talk about it, we remember it because it's always there. And I am talking today about our children that are missing. I see people posted on Facebook and so on, and I may see one or two people who would click on it. Let's pay attention, my dear friends. Not because it's not your child. Don't ignore it. All right. I was made to understand sometime during this week that there was a lesbian couple that adopted six of our children, and they threw them over a cliff and killed them. Not unalive. They died. They killed them. So I didn't hear about it until I saw it on YouTube. Now something like this happened, you would think that people and pastors, because we care about each other. The first day churches talk about love all the time. That's all they talk about. They talk about love your enemies, it's all about love. But still these things are happening to our people, and it's quiet. Just earlier this week, I heard them mention about JonBenet Ramsey. Those of you who remember, this happened, it's probably 30 or more years ago. But they still remember the little girl. Our people do not, I don't know, do we not love each other as much? What is it? And so these things bother me. It bothers me because, you know what, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. And so when I see children or even adults, things happen to them, I have to think because, it could have been one of my relatives or friends or what have you, So I think we need to understand what it is that we need to do. We need to encourage our pastors, those of you who go to the first day churches and pastors talking about love all the time. Remind him or her that our children are being taken from us. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of children and adults are being taken from our communities every day. And I remind my people, please be careful with your children. Do not let them out of your sight. Don't let them walk alone. This is important. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Those spirits that captured our people 60, 70, 80 years ago, they did not die. They are still there. And I'm not saying it's one set of people or one situation that is our children are being lost to. But at least we have a history of who does this. Okay, so it's time for us to understand this and to encourage, when you see it on Facebook or anywhere, share it. Keep your eyes peeled. These are our children. Remember that the African adage, it takes a village. That's our adage. That's what we have, our people have created, a village. That is how we grew up. That's how I grew up in my country. Okay, it wasn't just the parents, it was neighbors and friends. It takes a village, and so we need to continue to have that village mentality so that we can look out for our own. Am I saying that you shouldn't look at anyone else? No, but what I'm saying is our focus, because you know what? When my children were young, that's where my focus was on. Now, if I saw another child in trouble or whatever, of course I'm going to help. But my focus was on my children. And that is what we have to do. We have to look at all of these children, all of our melanated children as our own. It takes a village. Let us continue. Let us go back to the village mentality. And I think if we do that, less children will be missing. Because we look the other way, we don't care because it's not our own. And there is this sense of satisfaction. I think I see among some of my people where, you know, they have things going on, you know, life is okay, and so that's all they're concerned about. Now, if you go to the churches that talk about love and love all the time, that should not be. And I'm always hinting to about the pastors, because as melanated people, that has always been our background, our foundation, our support system. It was the church and the pastors and the other leaders and stuff like that. And I don't know where they are now. I don't know what has happened, because I don't see the outreach. I don't see the support for our people like it used to be when I was way back in way back then, you know. Let us go back to that. Let us be concerned about our children, our neighbors' children, all children. The children today are the adults tomorrow, and we need to give them a strong foundation, because if they do not have strength, our world is going to crumble. But as far as I know, that the Creator, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, will not let that happen. He always has a plan. He always has a select group of people that will continue to obey him and carry forward his word. And I always encourage you all to pray for the Israelites. They are our people who are working tirelessly to support us, okay? To help to protect us, to teach our children, our young people. And it hurts me so much when I see my people, and many times pastors, who abuse them, who call them names, who ask them to leave, who you know, come on. Those who did us harm, those who castrated and killed and maligned and burned our houses and all of that, they say nothing. But when my brothers and your brothers are out there trying to help and support and to teach, they are called every name but a child of God or an Israelite. Oh, that's a bad word. That's a bad word. Kyrie Irving paid a penalty, and so did what's his name? You know? So we have got to be careful of what we do. Kanye West. We have got to pay attention then. Pay attention to what's going on around you. The signs are there. This system that we are living in, this world that we're living, it's changing rapidly. And you know what? For those of you who ignoring and not paying attention and so on, don't think that you can pull the wool over God's eyes. When things start happening, then you're running. Oh, you know, no. The time is now. Now is preparation time. Now is probation time. Probation means we're on probation. This is time for us to get it right. You know, when you go to court and the judge put you on probation, you have to walk on the straight and narrow. And this is our time to get ourselves right, so that when he bursts those clouds, and I know a lot of people don't believe that, but for those of you Christians who go to the churches and listen to the pastors and see them sweat and speak in tongues, they need to speak in a tongue of reproof for those who abuse, for those who steal our children. That is what they need to do. Tongue is a language. I want you all to know that. A tongue is a language. Because for those of you who know the Bible, when the apostles were speaking in tongues, it was said that people heard them speak in their own language. It's a language. It's not a babbling. The Bible says Forget about vain babbling. It's just babbling. No one can explain that. No one can interpret that. You know, it has to be a language that someone can understand, like an interpreter. You see, when speeches are given, an interpreter stands there, an interpreter, and interprets whatever is being said, whether it's in French, into English, so that we can understand. Okay? Like I said, today is a day when I'm talking about my children, our people, that we need to support them. We need to stand up for them. We need to be aware of what is happening. Nothing was said about those 6 children. 6 children. 6 children were abused. I did not hear of it. If you did, well, but it was not publicized and broadcast as, you know, as most of the time I've seen when Elizabeth Smart and some of those children were kidnapped. Oh, it was all over the news and everybody was in support and whatever people had to do. But, you know, things remain the same because our lives are of less value. Our lives do not have the same value. And so because we know that, or at least we should know that, then we should take it upon ourselves to be a support and to help, because others not going to do it. All right? Some call this a hate speech. I call this a speech of love. Love for my people. Okay? Because no one else loves us, and so we have to love ourselves. You know, it's something that happened to us. You know, I look at other people automatically when they see one of their own in a situation, they would rush to help them and not us. Whatever is left over, if they can, they will. You know, so that is what we need to have, that mentality to look out for our own, to be concerned about our own. But anyway, I will keep reminding us that we need to support each other. I will keep reminding us, and if one person hears and think about it and at least do something about it, maybe tell someone else, share this video. Let us understand that we're living in perilous times, because the word says it, that it will come, and it is here. Perilous times are here, and so we have to really be aware, and whatever we can do to help, if it's to say something to a friend or a relative or to the pastor, to remind him of his duty. Remind him that leaders are supposed to be leading their people, teaching, helping them, guiding them, and especially those who call themselves servants of God. God bless you. Read your Bible. Read it. It's beautiful. Pray every day, because he is coming. Who is coming? Jesus. He is coming, and he is coming soon. Be blessed and happy Sabbath.